Hey, Shabbat Shalom. It's been a minute. I've been away for a while, but I had some quick thoughts that I wanted to jump on and share really quickly. Um, so the scriptures teach us, right, that we cannot serve two masters, right? We can't serve two masters. That's what the scriptures teach us. However, most people have become an expert at doing exactly that. We become experts at serving two masters. The scriptures also teach us how to not mix seed, not to sow two different types of seed in the same soil for the same reasons, because you're going to bring forth confusion. You're going to give birth to confusion. So the Most High requires fidelity from us. He requires faithfulness from us as we serve Him as the only mighty one. However, we're mixing seed, and therefore we're bringing forth, we're giving birth to fruit that is bringing forth both good and evil from that tree of knowledge, instead of bringing forth fruit that is life. So that mixture is keeping us from actually living out our calling of being set apart, and is keeping us from purity. So we're not serving the Most High with a pure heart. We're serving Him divided. And in some instances, it's a issue of the heart, where your actual being, you have not devoted and committed yourself to walk in righteousness with the Most High. And it's a heart issue where you just really haven't even made a choice yet. You're mixing and mingling, or you're telling yourself that you're serving one master, but your heart is still attached to the other master. It's still attached to the things of this culture and this world that we're in, whether that be the things of the more considered evil. Look at the tree of good and evil, the evil things that are outright evil, or the good things that are still on the wrong tree, the good things that are not giving forth life because it's still on the wrong tree. And that usually comes in the form of religion. When you think about the word syncretism, that is talking about trying to synchronize two separate belief systems, and live it out as one. For example, combining the ways of the Most High, and along with other pagan belief systems that come from a society that has no understanding of the ways of the Most High that He has revealed to us in His scriptures. So syncretism is trying to carry out both. How can I carry out the Most High, what He's talking about, but also incorporate these other ways, the ways of the surrounding culture, so that's the other form that, those who are not actually still dibbling and dabbling in what's outright evil, that we all, know better than to be involved in. But then those things that are considered to be good, because it seems to be spiritual, or has a form of religiosity to it, but it's not in alignment with what the Most High considers to be righteous. So that's what most of us are doing. That's what a lot of us are doing. We're trying to serve two masters, and we're not pleasing the Most High, because He requires us to be fully set apart, fully devoted, wholeheartedly committed to Him and His path of righteousness that He has set apart for us. And we are suffering the consequences for it as a collective whole. We're all in our scattered state, and pretty much suffering for the fact that we won't let go of the ideas, the mindsets, the culture that surrounds us, the values, the way of walking out the spiritual path. We have our own things that we want to incorporate and mix into the mix. We have our own ways that we want to hold on to and cling to. And we are still assimilated into this culture, not understanding that this full culture is anti Most High. So we have to let go of all of it, all of it, all of it. We have to let go of all of it. Every mindset, every heart desire, every value, idea, everything that causes our garments to be unclean, we have to let go. And this walk is not just about, what's inside your heart. It's about everything. It's about the heart being transformed, and that heart transformation, continuing through the transformation of our mindset and our thoughts, and that continuing to unfold on the outside as the way that we walk out our day-to-day walk, from the way that we dress, the way that we eat, the way that we speak, the way that we treat each other, our mindset towards each other, the way we think about our work, the way we think about our money, the way we think about our relationships. Everything has to be transformed according to righteousness, according to the kingdom of the Most High, if we call ourselves children of the Most High. So when you're in a household, there's one set of rules for a household, and if you don't agree with or abide by those rules, then you have to exit that household. Every household you go in is going to have a outline or a set of rules, whether they be loose or strict, a set of guidelines that you have to abide by in order to remain in that house. So we have to know what it is that the Most High has called his children that live in his house, the standard that he's called us to uphold. So we can't come up with our own standards, our own rules, our own way of walking this thing out, our own way of being in his house. We have our own personalities, our own ways or whatever, but not when it comes to the standard of how we operate in this kingdom, the kingdom of the Most High. So can we serve two masters? We are. Most of us, a lot of us are trying to serve two masters, either consciously or unconsciously. But the scripture said that we cannot do that. So we have to figure out where are we mixing and mingling, and how do we cleanse ourselves from that? How do we wash our hands clean? How do we clean our garments? Because he's coming for a bride without spot or wrinkle. So we have to get out all these blemishes that we have so that we can be the royal priesthood